Good evening, everyone. Does anyone have any idea what did we do in the previous class? What did we do in the previous class? I think I'm properly audible to all of you. Hello. Mahesh, are you there in the meeting?
Yes, ma'am.
I have asked for a couple of times what did we do in the previous class? So if no one is gonna answer to my questions, then you are going to face the consequences of this while the review of your project. Alright? And just keep these things in mind that whenever I ask questions inside the class, none of you are responsive at that time. Alright. In the previous class, we have developed the register functions in order to provide a register functionality in our backend. This time, what we are going to do is, after the register function, we are going to create one more function for the login. That is, exports dot login is equal to this function. What we are going to do, we are going to assign an asynchronous function. For that, we will write async. Inside this, we will write request and response. And this has to be an arrow function. Inside this, we will take two inputs from the user. And what are they? Those are the email as well as password. And password is equal to, in order to take the input from the user, we will write request.body, because the user will send the request from the body itself in the form of the request. That is why we are going to write request.body. Inside this, we will create a try catch block. In the try block, what we will do is we will create one variable, that is user. In order to find the email, if the email is present inside the database, we are going to use the inbuilt method. So what is that inbuilt method? That inbuilt method is find one. So for that, we are going to write await keyword followed by the variable in which we have stored our user schema, and we have imported the model. Which model? That is our user model. Inside the user model, we are going to use the find one method, and we will check if the email which will be provided by the user during the time of login is exactly matching with that email which is present inside our database. After that, we are going to place a condition. That is, if not user, then what will happen? Which means if the user is not present inside the database, then it will provide a response with a status code of 401 and a JSON message. And inside that JSON message, it will be written invalid credentials. And see, whenever you try to log in a website providing your email and password, so what happens if your email is not existing inside the database? What are you told to do in that website? You are told to register yourself at the very first place. That is why it will provide the invalid credentials. Same goes with the password. If the password does not match, then what will happen? Then also it will provide us the message invalid credentials. So how to compare the password? If the password provided by the user and the password which is already existing in the database are equal, for that we have already created created a user defined function, that is the match password. So what we are going to do is we are going to use this match password built-in user defined method inside our user controller.js, not inside this, inside the auth controller.
Ma'am,
Excuse
screen
me,
not
ma'am.
visible, ma'am.
So none of you cared to tell me this thing from the initial time. that the screen is not visible. Okay, Harish, you provided the thing, right? That the screen is not visible.
Yes, ma'am. Right now it is visible, but that time that will be not visible.
Harish, be responsive in the class, just the way, and I request all of you to be responsive. All right. So, can you people see this time the coding that I have written for the login part? This entire thing. Is there any doubt in these lines? Okay, assuming that you people do not have any doubt, I move forward.
You can
So
repeat
here,
once, madam.
no, you have to tell me in which line do you have the doubt.
Login.
Yeah, that's what I am saying. In which line number? Tell me. In which line number do you have the doubt?
35 from 35 from 33. What is the first?
Okay, just tell me
33.
one thing. Are you writing the code with me? See, if you are trying to make a fool, because I am able to know that you are walking on the road, right? So if you are not paying attention, then please, in order to ask it out, you have to pay attention to whichever thing that I am saying over here. Anyways, coming back to the code, that is what I am doing. I am checking if the email is present inside my database. And if the email is not present inside my database, then it will return us the message invalid credentials. And how is it checking whether the email provided by the user during the time of login is present inside the database? With the help of the inbuilt find one method. And inside that, we are passing the variable email in order to check whether the email is present inside the database. This email variable carries the value of the user's email. That is how we are going to check the email present inside the database and the email provided by the user. Now moving on to one more variable, that is password. Now how to check if the password is password which is provided by the user and the password which is present inside the database are matching? For that we have previously mentioned a user defined function inside our user.js. Over here we have defined a match password function which is used in order to compare the password provided by the user and the existing password present inside the database. So we are going to use this match password method inside our authcontroller.js in order to check whether the password provided by the user is valid. So here what I will do, I will create one more variable, that is const is match is equal to await user dot. Here I will use the match password method. It should come over here. It should be capital U. User dot, not this one. User dot match password. And inside this, we are going to pass the password provided by the user at the time of login. Is the name match password? Yeah, it is match password only. All right, anyway. And then we are going to provide one more condition. And what is that? If the password does not match, then what will happen? So for that, we will place a condition. If not is match, then it will return the response with a status code 401 followed by a JSON message. And this message will say, again, that is the invalid credential. After that, what we are going to do, after matching the password, we are going to generate the token. And in order to generate the token, we have previously created a method that is generate token, which is doing what? Which is generating the token with the help of the inbuilt sign method. And this sign method is taking 3 parameters inside it. What are they? The first parameter is the ID of the user, which is stored inside the database, and the role of the user in order to assign the payload, right? And after that, in order to provide the signature, it is taking the JWT secret in order to virtually sign the token. And then it is providing the expiration time of the token, inside within which time within how much time the token which has been generated with the help of the inbuilt sign method is getting expired. So this is how we are generating the token, and we have stored this entire function inside the generate token method. So what we will do, coming back to our auth controller, here I will write const token is equal to generate token, and inside that I will provide user. Why am I providing the user? Because inside the user only, we are checking if the email and password are present. So that is why we are providing email and password. After that, what will happen? If the comparing is successful, like if the user provides valid data, then what will the user get in response? The user will get in response all his details like the ID, name, email, password, role, etc. in the JSON format. So here I will write response.json, and inside that I will provide user, and to this I will provide the ID. And from where am I going to take the ID? I will take the ID from the database. And inside the database, the ID is written in this format, that is underscore and then ID. After the ID, I will provide name. And the name is also going to be user.name. After the name, I will provide the response of the email also. For that, I will write user.email. And then I will provide the password. And this password has to be the hashed password, so which is stored inside the database. So here I will provide user.password. And if you want, then you can remove the password also from the response. And then I will provide the role. And this will be user.role. That's it. And after these things, I will also provide the token which has got generated. So here I will mention token. So this is the much about our auth controller.js. And now we will save it. After that, what we will do, we have already created the project controller where we have performed the CRUD operations on our project. And after the project, we are having the user controller where we have made 2 functions in order to get the profile and list users. Now what I will do, I am going to my auth.js. Inside this, I am going to verify if the token is if the token which is provided by the user is valid. All right. And after that, what I will do, I will place one more condition, and that condition will take something in this format. So at first, what we will do, I will take the JSON web token. Okay. So here I will write const JWT is equal to require JSON web token. And after that, I will provide const user is equal to require. Here I will provide the file path in order to take the user schema. Then I will create a function with the name protect. To this, I will assign an arrow function. And this arrow function will take request, response, and the next middleware. Inside this, I will initially provide the value of token as null. So for that, I will provide let token is equal to null. And then here I will place a condition. That is if, did we do it in the previous class? Anyone? None of you remember. Guys, I'm asking something. Okay, until and unless you people are going to respond me back, then till then I'm not going to teach anything. Go on. So those who are writing in the chat box that the screen is not visible, why are you not people not opening your mic and responding me? Madhumita, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Madhumita, I was continuously asking something. Did we do this in the previous class, Madhumita?
No, ma'am, I haven't attended it.
Arvind, are you there? Arvind Reddy. Arvind, you have switched your mic off. Did we do this in the previous class? Okay, all right. Switch your mic off, Arvind. So inside this, what I am going to do? Here I have created a variable which is token, and I have assigned the null value to the token. After that, I will place a condition, that is if request dot headers dot authorization and request dot header dot authorization, this has to start with a bearer prefix. So for that, I am going to place an inbuilt method, that is starts with. And here I will place the prefix inside the strings, that is bearer. And if this is true, then the token will be assigned a value. And what value is that? As I have said, in the array, the token value receives the second place, that is the first index. And the first place is taken by the bearer prefix, that is the 0 index. So for that, we are going to assign the value of that particular token to the token variable. And how to do that? With the help of request.headers.authorization dot split function in order to split the token. And here we will provide a space, and then we will mention the value 1, that is the index number 1 inside the array. And here one more condition will be checked. What is that? That will be checked if not token. Then it will return response.status 401, and this will provide a JSON message. And this will say not authorized. And then it will provide token is missing. And after that, we will initialize a try catch block. And in the try block, I will provide const decoded is equal to jwt dot verify. And inside the verify method, what we are doing, we are checking if the token is valid or not. So how to check that? With the help of the JWT secret key. So here it will take the token to verify, and the JWT secret key. For that, we will write process dot env dot JWT secret key. And then we will provide const user is equal to user dot find by ID. And why are we writing find by ID? Inside this, we are going to provide the ID from the token itself. So here what I will do, I will take decoded dot ID. And here with the help of select method, we are going to take the password. And then we will place one more condition, that is if not user is equal to, if the ID does not match with the user, then what will happen? Then it will respond us with a message that the user is not found. So here we will provide response will return a response with a status code 401 with a JSON message. This will say user not found. And if the user is found, then request.user is equal to user itself. And then if any error occurs, we will provide return response.status is 401 dot in a JSON format. We will take the message. This will be not authorized. And then it will also say token is failed. And finally, we will export the entire protect method with the help of module.exports is equal to protect. And then save it. And after this request.user, we will just pass the control to the next middleware. Now we have already developed a middleware in order to check the rule if the rule is a string, right? And now we will finally create the routes. So here inside the auth.js, we will write the routes in order to register and log in. So here I will write const express in order to import the express dependency with the help of require method. Here I will take the router middleware of the express and I will store it inside the router variable. Express.router. And then comes finally our register and login function that we have mentioned inside our auth controller.js. Const, here I will provide register, comma, login, and how to import them with the help of require. Inside this, we will mention our controllers file. Inside this, the auth controller. That's it. And here with the help of router.post method, let's provide the first parameter as backslash, and here we will provide register. And this register endpoint will access the register function. And after that, with the help of post method only, we will access the login. Login is the first parameter, and this login is the function that we have imported from the auth controller. And we will finally export the router with the help of module.exports is equal to router. Then we will save it. Now moving on to the projects.js. Here we will call each of the functions, that is get project, create project, etc. with the help of endpoints. So we are going to do that for just the same way we have done over here. So here I will copy these two things and I will move back to my projects.js and here I will paste them. After that, I will take all the functions of the project, the CRUD APIs of the project with the help of the project controller file. I will import it inside this router file. So for that, how to do it? Here I will write const project control is equal to require. Here I will take the controller's file. From the controllers, I will take the project controller. And then we will also take a middleware. And that middleware is the authorized middleware. This part. Auth. Not the auth exactly. The role.js. So here what we'll do, just look at this part that the authorize is taking a string as the role. So what we are going to do is, inside the project.js, we will create a variable that is authorize. And to this variable, we will import and assign the role.js. Require. And here we will check, take the middleware, and from the middleware, take the role. After that, I will use router.get method. Here an API endpoint. And then which function is it going to access? From the project control, it is going to access the get projects function in order to read all the projects. Now, if I want to create a project, for that I will use the post method. Here from the project control, I will access the create project. So who has got the to whom I will provide the access to control to create a new project? To the admin, I am going to access that task to create a project. So how to do that? With the help of the authorize function that we have imported. So inside this, I am providing the access to the admin. Along with the admin, I am also providing the access to the user. And along with the user, I am also providing the manager to create a new project. That is why I am assigning the array which is containing the strings, and inside the strings I have mentioned certain roles, that is admin, user and manager. So this array will be passed to the authorize function which is stored inside my role.js, and inside this function I am passing the array of strings. So after creating the project, we are also required to update the project. So here I will take router dot put method in order to update the project. So in order to uniquely identify a project, we need the unique ID that the project is having. And that ID we are going to take from the Mongoose database, MongoDB database. And after that, with the help of project control, we are going to take the update project function. And same goes with the delete project. So for that, we will use router dot delete method, then the same endpoint, followed by project control dot delete project. That's it. Save it. And now moving on to the users. So before that, we have to export them as well. So here I will write module dot exports is equal to router. Then comes the users. So user is just having a couple of functions. So for that, I will copy certain things from here and I will paste it over here. And instead of the project controller, I will take the user controller. All right, I have taken the user controller. And after that, what I will take? I have already taken the authorize. Now I will take the auth.js. So inside that, I have mentioned the protect function. So here I will create variable that is protect is equal to this I will provide to this I will provide the middleware auth. So here I will provide require middleware, and from here I will take the role. Not the role exactly, I will take the auth. After that, I will use the get method. And here it will be the endpoint that I am naming as me. And here it will take the protect middleware. And then, all right, here I am going to provide a couple of methods. So here, instead of project control, I will write a couple of variables, which are nothing but the name of the functions. Those are the get profile and the list users. And here I am going to access the get profile. And here I will mention router dot get method. Inside this, I will provide an empty endpoint, and then I will use the protect middleware, followed by here I am going to provide the admin only the access to get the details of the user. So here I will provide admin inside the string, and then it will take the list users function. And finally, I'm going to export them all with the help of module.exports is equal to router. Then save it. The generate token has also been done. Now we will move straight to the server.js. Inside the server.js, we are going to import all the routes for the users and the register and login, as well as for the projects. So here at first, I will write require the .env dependency, and I will use the .config method of this dependency in order to read the values from the .env file. Now I will import the express is equal to require. Here I will provide express. And after that, I will also take the body pass equal to require body parser. Along with that, I will also import the db.js in order to establish the connection. So here what I will do, I will write const connect db is equal to require from the config take the db, and here access all the routes and import them with the help of at first assign a variable that is auth routes is equal to require. Here mention the file name. From the routes, take the auth routes. Then comes the user routes is equal to require. Will take the from the routes it will take users, followed by the project routes. And access all the routes which has been imported. So here I will connect the database with the help of connect db, and then I will pass my Mongo URI to it with the help of process dot env dot Mongo URI. And then with the help of app.useMethod not the application. Okay. So I will assign the express variable to the app, right? So express method to the app variable. Const app is equal to express. And here I will also use the JSON method of the body parser. So for that, I will write const, not the const. We have to write app dot use. Here I will take body parser dot JSON. Now moving on to the app dot use method again in order to access all the routes. API for accessing the auth routes. I will use auth, and then I will mention the route name. That is the auth routes. App dot use API, and for the projects I will mention projects followed by the project routes. And then for the user, I will mention API and users as the endpoint. So for that, I will use API and then users. This will take user routes. Finally, with the help of app.get method, if the endpoint is empty, then it will take a request and response inside the arrow function as the parameter, and this will send us a message that is API is running. And then what we will do with the we will assign a port number to them is equal to we will take the port number from the .env file. For that we will write process.env dot port, or else it will take the port number as 5000. And then finally, with the help of app.listen method, we will provide the port number as the first parameter, followed by an arrow function which will say console dot log. Inside this, we will show a message that is server is running on HTTP localhost. Here I will provide the HTTP host, and here the port number. That's it. And then we will save this file. Now we are going to run the entire backend file. So let's check the .env file at first. Okay, all the things are there. And here with the help of, at first I will change the directory to the backend. And then I will run the server. Note more server.js. Okay, the MongoDB has been connected and the server is running on this port. Now how to check it? We will move to our Postman. Okay. Here instead of 8080, I will write 5000. And then I will provide API and I will try to access the auth routes. So here I will go to my server.js. Here that is API and then auth. And inside the auth route, which routes are we having? We are having the register route and the login route. So here at first I will try to access the register function. So here I will write register. And here inside the body, I will provide the details. And which details is the register function taking? Let's go to our auth controller.js and it is taking the name, email, password, and role. So what we will do, we will assign the name at first. Name, email, password, then comes the role. That's it. And now we will hit the send button. See, it is saying email is already existing. Why? Because the email, that is rebecca@gmail.com, is already existing inside my database. So here I will write Rebecca123. And here I will also mention the name as Rebecca123. And here I will provide the password as Rebecca321. And here I will try to send it again. Server error. Okay. Why is it taking this so long? ID is not defined. Okay, is it also taking the ID? Okay, let's just try to access the login method. Let's remove the name. And then from here, I will remove 1, 2, 3. And here, I will remove the role. And I will send it. It is providing invalid credentials. So here I will provide Rebecca 1, 2, 3. And here I will send the send button. See, the token has got generated. Can you people see? This is the token which is getting generated, and the password you people can also see has been hashed. So this is how the hashing of password is carried out, and the token gets generated if we try to log in. After the login part, we will see if the role-based access that we have provided is actually working. So here I will go back to my users.js, and here I will try to access the get profile and list users. So inside the list users, what do I have? We are having, we will try to access. Okay, so this one is the get request, isn't it? So here I will make a get request with an empty endpoint. And here I will go back to my server.js and with API and users. I'll go over here and then I will write API and then users. And here I will access the get method. And I will remove this entire thing from here. And then I will try to send it. Not authorized token is missing. So for that, what we will do, we will try to log in again. API auth and then log in. And inside the body, I will provide the same credential. That is the email and the password. Send it. Take the token. Copy it. Go back to the authorization. Here I will provide authorization. And here I will provide the value. Bearer. With that, provide the token. Each time it is generating a new token. And here, change it, the get method. And here, change it to API and users and try to send it. Again, it is saying token is missing. Why is it saying? Copy this entire token again. Go to the authorization, bearer token, and paste this entire token. Try to send it. Let's see what has happened with the protect. Okay, it's already having a space. We need to remove the space from here. Try to send it again. Okay, so a task for you is just change the role and create new data. And with the help of that token, try to access this uh, what function is present inside this user controller. Yeah, list users and get profile. Try to access them. And if I try to access the get profile inside the users with the help of me, and here I will provide it again. What condition did we place over here? Verification of the token, right? So here we'll try to generate the token again. Users. Instead of users, let's provide auth and then register. And here I will make a post request. Go to the body and then here create new one. Take the name. Here create a new name, that is Alice, not Alice. Here take the name as Gangara. And here provide the email as Gangara. And then the password Ganga1234. And then the role as not the manager, here provide admin. And then try to send it again. Here is our auth controller. Okay, user dot. Email is already existing. Okay, so here we will try to log in. Here it is the login endpoint. Okay, here the token got generated. We will copy it and we will move back to our authorization, or we can go to the headers. And here we will take and we will paste the token over here. And here We will try to get my profile. API users me. Not authorized to play. Okay, we will look into this error in the next class and then we will get back to the issue. But if you have any doubts, then you can ask the doubt, otherwise you can leave the meeting.